What's going on, you guys? It's Brandon here with Subvert Your Expectations. This is a movie talking about a video. Let's do it. Sony, hire me. So today we're not going to be doing a deep dive in any plot or synopsis of a movie. We're going to be doing kind of a ranking tier list. I know it's super original, but we're going to be talking about one of my favorite movies, something that is very close to my heart. This movie walked so that Marvel could run, or that DC could try to crawl, but yeah, that's right. I'm talking about
the Super Squad.
No, alliteration in these situations is corny.
Mystery Men, where unlikely heroes have to battle to save their home, Champion City, from the clutches of Casanova Frankenstein. It's an amazing, fun, kind of goofy movie that doesn't take itself too seriously. I will be covering some stuff regarding the plot, spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend go watch it. It's a fun, again, very goofy film. We're going to be talking about the main characters of this story. That's going to be Mr. Furious, the Shoveler, Blue Raja, Master of Silverware, Spleen, the Bowler, Invisible Boy, and the Sphinx. The list will be in order from weakest to strongest based on the following criteria. 1. Combat effectiveness. When you're taking on an enemy, how easy is it for you to kick the piss out of them? And 2. Utility. When you're not in battle, how do your powers stack up? Is there any utility to them? Now, in the movie, they get help from a reclusive scientist that they meet who gives them weapons and gadgets, but I won't be including their usage in this list. It's just going to be based on their powers and abilities individually.
Yes, this one should stick.
With that out of the way, let's rank the Mystery Man. Now, I know that this character probably has the most legitimate superpowers on the team, but I have him actually ranked as the weakest because of one very particular weakness in his superpower, and that's going to be Invisible Boy. So, Invisible Boy, it's in the name. He can turn invisible. There's a very particular environment that needs to exist for him to become invisible, and it's kind of a pretty debilitating one, and that's that nobody can be looking at him. That's it. And additionally, he's just a kid. He's not shooting double-leg takedowns and throwing people into the earth or uppercutting people into orbit. Okay, he's just a kid right now. A lot of room for improvement, but the Invisible Boy gets my weakest rank on the list.
Haven't you guys ever been a kid? Haven't you guys ever had a dream?
Next, we have the Sphinx. Unlike the Invisible Boy, the Sphinx's powers aren't apparent from the name. Here's a description from the Blue Raja of what the Sphinx's powers are.
He's terribly mysterious.
That's it? That's his power? He's mysterious?
Well, terribly mysterious. Plus, he can, cut guns in half with his mind.
He's terribly mysterious. Now, he can, in fact, cut guns in half with his mind. That part is true, and in fact, it comes in super clutch when they're about to get wasted by the Disco Boys. But other than that, that's it. Now, the Sphinx is a great leader. He helps bring the team together, and ultimately is kind of the reason they all get together and help save the day, save the city. But that's about it. We don't see too much karate chopping, low calf kicking, things like that from the Sphinx. He's kind of just a wise individual who can cut guns in half with his mind. Again, very useful. They'll basically never get blasted down if he's able to use that power at will, but that's about it. Being terribly mysterious doesn't have too many benefits. So I got the Sphinx second to last on this list.
And you are fools.
Alright, moving on to the next hero, and one of my favorite characters, we have the Shoveler. Equipped with a shovel, a hand spade, and his son's baseball gear, he sets out to pummel his enemies with deadly effectiveness. Capable in hand-to-hand combat, we also see him taking out some of the Disco Boys, as well as the second in command of the Disco Boys in hand-to-hand combat. Beyond his ability to fight, though, he's kind of limited in that he's only able to pummel and kick ass. As far as utility goes, he doesn't have much to do, but he's still precious, and I love him.
I shovel well. I shovel very well.
Edging out the next spot on this list, we have Ben Stiller, Mr. Furious. Mr. Furious has kind of an abstract power in that he gets real mad and then is able to kick ass. But before that, he's kind of just a guy that can fight a little bit. When he taps into his rage, he's really able to whoop some tush and can even push his body past its physical limits. He's able to leap from high ledges and ragdoll people with his rage and fury. But he falls into a similar dilemma of the shoveler in that beyond his combat effectiveness, he kind of gets limited as to what he can do. But he can lift a city bus.
Precisely, that story's legendary.
It was really more of a push, really, than a lift. The driver kind of had his foot on the accelerator, just in the beginning, just to get it going. Then it actually was me, but he kind of...
Alright, next we move on to probably the most fashionable character in this movie. We have the Blue Raja, Master of Silverware. Again, extremely fashionable, and he slings forks like nobody's business. As the name suggests, the Master of Silverware is able to thrust forks and spoons at high velocity and deadly efficiency, often aiming for the eyes and carotid arteries of his enemies. There's eyes bursting out their sockets, causing vessels in the neck to burst. No, I'm just kidding. He sticks his enemies with great effectiveness, and he actually throws it at such a velocity that it sticks into the wall just enough to hold a single Ben Stiller. His ability to strike at range really kind of expands his combat ability, in that if he can keep the range there, he can really strike from afar and not have to worry about getting his hands dirty. He dresses real flashy, sports a fake accent, and slings silverware, like I said, with deadly effectiveness. At the end of the day, with his powers ranked, he takes my 3rd spot on this list.
The Blue Raja is my name, and yes, I know I don't wear much blue and I speak in a British accent, but if you know your history, it really does make perfect sense. The point is, your boy's a limey fork flinger, mother hard cheese to swallow, I know, but there it is. What will the Bridge Club think?
Alright, so the final 2 heroes are the Spleen and the Bowler. To me, they're both very close as far as their utility and combat effectiveness, but one edged out the other, and I hopefully can explain why well enough. Taking the 2nd rank, the 2nd highest on my list, we've got the Bowler. Yeah, the fart guy won.
Hi! Hi, you guys. Am I too late to try out?
So 2nd place, rank 2, one tough cookie, we have the Bowler. Her powers come from her father, whose skull is encased in kind of a mystic bowling ball, which she's able to sling around at great effectiveness, as he's also partially sentient and she can communicate with him. Kind of a unique thing, doesn't help her that much, but she can talk to the bowling ball. As a sweet cherry on top, it actually serves to get revenge for her father's death. When using it, she kills Tony P, leader of the Disco Boys, the person who killed her father. All in all, she's one of the strongest on this team, and big spoiler, kind of saves the day, destroying the main machine that's going to wipe out the whole city. So thank you. At the end of the day, she can do some serious damage with it. If the team needs to take down a wall, she's got you. If they need someone decapitated, she's got you. If the team needs to mow down a pack of maddened alpacas, she's got you.
Okay, now I'm going back to graduate school. That was the agreement.
Okay, we did it. We are here, number one, most strongest hero on the Mystery Man. He's the strongest Mystery Man. Strongest. It's the Spleen.
I'm the Spleen. If you want to know what my power is, pull my finger.
It's the fart guy. Now I know what you're thinking. You chose the fart guy over the guy who can get so mad he pushes himself beyond his limits. You chose the fart guy over somebody who becomes invisible. Yes. Yes, I did. And I did because of the power of the fart. How strong is the Spleen? These questions are being asked daily. Scientists cannot explain what this man ate. Actually, he's cursed with the power that he has, but watch the movie, it's awesome. Spleen is the reason Purple Guy isn't around anymore. Okay? He can bring Tony back. So early on, we get a test of his skills where he's able to incapacitate people just chilling at a diner, trying to eat. I need to go back and see if it actually kills them or incapacitates them, but I'm pretty sure in the grand scheme of things, I'll just consider it an incapacitation. although still incredibly effective, and he can use it at range. There's a part where these guys are on top of a vehicle and they're trying to remove their weapons from this magnet. Watch the movie. You'll know what I'm talking about. And they just kind of fire with the weapons on there. Well, he's able to use his power to fart them off of the car. The guy's a beast. A million scenarios pop in my head when I'm measuring the power of his attack. He's able to, at range, blast people with his rancid rear exit. You need to quietly incapacitate someone with a silent but deadly? Done. Neighbor's dog barking too loud? Easy work. The guy across the street has different political views than you? Taken care of. Guys, listen. Whether you like it or not, this is what peak performance looks like. It's the spleen.
Silent, but deadly.
That's good shooting.
That was amazing. It's disgusting. Don't encourage him.
Okay, so that's it. That's the list. If you guys have a different opinion, if you've seen the movie and want to say, no, this is the order, you're dumb, comment in the little below. We're on YouTube, probably. If you haven't seen the movie, I greatly recommend go watch it. It's a fun time, very goofy, not serious at all. There's a guy that farts. That should tell you everything you need to know. Honorable mentions go out to some of the other heroes we see during the Heroes montage. Talking about you, Waffler.
Waffle Man! I am the Waffler! Golden crispy! Bad guys are history! Yeah!
But that's going to be it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Again, we're just having fun here. Don't know when I'll put out the next list or movie thing or video game thing, but we'll be around. So, if you enjoyed, give it a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it, whatever. Comment your list below. Comment your mom's favorite cookie recipe below. Take care, stay safe, and see ya.